investors seem pretty pleased with your results. Your guidance was higher than expectations. Talk to us about how you arrived at that number and how much are you factoring in the reopening? How much are you factoring in early signs of pent-up demand?
So we have been very measured when we think about what the reopening could look like. We are very aware that it's city by city, state by state, country by country, and there's really no way to predict what will happen in a post-COVID environment. But what we are very confident about is that regardless of COVID or lockdowns, the desire and need to meet people is not going anywhere. As loneliness has presented itself in such an extreme way over the last year, we have seen engagement go up. But prior to the pandemic, even the statistics around how people meet, around 40% of people meet online. So you can see that this is very durable, either in a pandemic or post-pandemic period. And the one real silver lining of the pandemic for our business has been people's willingness to engage on a deeper and more meaningful level inside the product. So pre-pandemic, you were not seeing engagement levels to the degree that you're seeing today surrounding video and audio. People are building full relationships via video and audio. And we have heard anecdotally and started to witness through early reopening trends that even when people are given the opportunity to return to the offline market, the ease and the accessibility and the benefit that online dating has really proven, we believe that that's here to stay regardless.
So are you saying that you can't really separate out pent-up demand because the whole demand equation has completely changed?
So we think pent-up demand is really extra on top of just pre-existing demand for love and for relationships. I think the the pent-up demand nature of a post-COVID era is really going to extend well beyond dating as well. There is pent-up demand to go and socialize, to meet friends, to engage, to be with people. And we think that we will benefit from the reopening even beyond dating because of people's propensity to use our product for more than just romantic purposes. So pent-up demand even goes beyond romantic relationships.
So shares are way up today, still up since IPO, but there've been a few down days and we're in a really volatile market. There's a tech sell-off happening. What's it been like running a public company for the first few weeks? And how do you watch the stock?
So listen, our business fundamentally has not changed since we've gone public, right? And so we're still very anchored to our customer. We are trying to stay very focused on the things we were focused on pre-IPO. We're not watching the stock day to day. Even today, you just mentioned it being up. That is not something we are paying close attention to. We're paying attention to our metrics. We're paying attention to team morale. We're paying attention to customer sentiment. We are laser focused on building and continuing to invest in a great business. And we feel that regardless of the volatility in the market, our business continues to be a great one. And we are laser focused on just, executing against our priorities.
Now, there are quite a few analysts now covering Bumble. Citigroup talked about a number of different tailwinds, including the decreasing stigma around online dating, which you and I have discussed, and also a rise in older marriages. What kind of success are you seeing in Bumble matching older users? And could you see perhaps taking more share from a more entrenched company or more traditional company, I should say, like Match?
Absolutely. To the first point of your question, the willingness of folks across the age spectrum to join our products and to find meaningful relationships has definitely been on the rise. And the pandemic has actually been a propellant of that. We have noticed that throughout the pandemic, the stigma around online dating or the unwillingness to maybe find your relationships digitally, that has really gone out the window. And people are more willing now than ever. Not only that, but when you think about the increase of breakups or divorces throughout this period, and not only that, but people that were historically pre-pandemic so used to being hypersocial that they weren't interested in a serious relationship. That has all shifted. The quest for more meaningful relationships or second wins, new beginnings, that has really been on the rise. And we see this propensity for, what maybe was our young professional market. Their parents are now joining. Their parents are now joining, and everything in between. And we don't suffer the consequences of alienating our core audience, which has historically been college age or young professional, because of the way that we allow you to search for people within your desired age band. And so it really is a product for everyone. And we're definitely seeing a wider user base join.
So let's talk about Bumble BFF, which is your service that connects folks for friendship, not dating. You talked about that as a key development area. What should we expect to see you do there?
Yeah, so as we said on earnings, BFF is a focus of ours in 2021, primarily from a product relaunch, from product investment, from a strategy and marketing investment standpoint. And you should not expect a revenue plan around BFF until 2022. We are going to work on getting the product and strategy up to speed with where we believe it should be, and rolling that out in our markets, and really being measured, thoughtful, and very strategic as we go on to build the future of platonic relationships. And also as we go and really build community. I think that's a really exciting future opportunity for Bumble, and one we're very, very excited about. So that's what you can expect.
You mentioned a big boost in Germany. What kind of international growth trends are you seeing in Germany and beyond as we move into a new normal around the world?
Yeah, so we are seeing our message and brand resonate really well in new markets. This is really exciting. It's exactly as we had anticipated, as far as going and laying and planting the seeds for this kinder, woman first, focus. And we're really seeing that take shape. We have always been really strong at organic growth. We really are heavily reliant on word of mouth, and we're seeing that take shape in markets like Germany and Mexico. And we're really excited to just further accelerate that growth and to reinvest both in those markets, but then also surrounding cities and territories. And we're really, really very optimistic about the opportunity from an international standpoint. As you can see, we're in the very early innings of our international story. But when you think about the way that our message has even resonated in a country like India, which has very traditional norms around dating, and the way that women have been very eager and excited to make the first move on our product, that just goes to show the global opportunity.
Badoo, which is the European dating app that you own, sometimes gets lost in the Bumble narrative. What are your long-term plans for Badoo and how that will contribute to the larger whole?
Yeah, Badoo is a sensational part of our story, in the sense that we have so many learnings from their years of experience, from their international scale, from them being such a leader in both monetization features, but also safety and accountability features. And they are a meaningful part of our revenue story. They are also, a very powerful brand in so many international territories, which really gives Bumble the ability to learn from some of their learnings in these international markets as we go into those territories. Not only that, but Badoo, we're looking to really properly invest and relaunch their story here domestically in the United States. And we think there's a lot of opportunity in the emerging middle class market for Badoo to be a leader in that space.
Now, you've always told me women are always going to be making the first move on Bumble. That's not up for debate, at least not right now. The women-focused design, I'm curious how that attracts women and men differently, and if you're at all concerned, like longer term, that it might not be as attractive to male users the way it is for women.
So, we've been doing this for several years now, and we just consistently hear what a relief it is for men and how much men actually enjoy this product. They enjoy, for the first time maybe ever in their lives, not having the expectation fall on them, for them to go hunt or chase, and to be rewarded for being kind and for behaving well, and to have somebody express interest in them. This is a huge driver for our male community. Not only that, but the idea of investing in women and making a community and a space that's safe for women, this is something that has been so popular in the physical world. If you look at the strategy of so many bars and restaurants in the entertainment space, putting women first has always been the driver for their success. No one had ever done that digitally until Bumble. And so building a technology really with women in mind, it's not excluding men, it's actually making relationships better for everyone, because it's just reducing toxicity and making the experience a bit more relaxed and a bit more kind.